Kyrie. When I was a kid, I was alone. You and Kratos were all I knew. And now all of a sudden I find out I have a family. What am I supposed to do with that?
You always know which path is right and which is wrong. There's no need to doubt yourself.
Thanks. I guess that's all I needed to hear. I have one last thing to take care of. Then I'm coming home. I couldn't protect Kratos. To this day, I hate myself for not having enough strength. But this time is different. I swear! I'm not letting you die! This is curious.
Nero.
What form of power is this?
What the hell?
This ends right here.
Listen to me. I told you already. This is not your...
You listen, deadweight. I won't let you kill each other. There are other ways of settling your differences. I'm putting a stop to this sibling rivalry.
You came all this way just for that.
Virgil. V. Whatever you call yourself. Dante's not gonna die here. And neither are you. Do you have a problem with that?
Not gonna die my ass. Oh, that bitch slap nearly killed me.
If I beat Nero, then by default, I beat you. Agreed, Dante?
Whatever. I don't really care. I'm just gonna sit this one out.
When this is over, I'll make you submit. Father.
And thus begins the true final fight between father and son to end all conflicts between the Sparda bloodline. The pride and ego that is constantly demolishing the Sparda family will be pulled to an end one way or another by the next generation. And we get to really rip the crap out of Virgil. Even on DMD, which is the difficulty this is being played off as standard with all the Nero missions, it's encouraged for you to just go fucking all out and just rip heads off. And it's the exact way to go for it. You just go overcommit, go as powerful as you like, and rip Virgil to pieces, and the game will kinda let you. Obviously, if you're just blindly attacking endlessly, you will get parried and will get countered. But then you got shit like this, and just like, oh, this fight is just such a giant, yeah, fuck off, to this entire constant struggle between the brothers that made perfect sense back in Devil May Cry 3, but is so overconsumed by their own pride that it's become pointless in Devil May Cry 5. And it only takes someone else to step in and go, can you not see this ridiculousness, to finally rip it apart. But as you can tell, this is still DMD, and you can still get absolutely wrecked, as you saw over half our health just vanished in one strike there. And the reason why it hits so hard is because if you are caught by the summon swords at any point during this, there's a chance, especially if you're mid-attack, it will stun you. If you are stunned, whatever attack hits you next will do increased damage. And so he then judgment cutted us, and so we were screwed over. But, unlike when you were fighting him as Dante, you can stun Virgil when he's in his Devil Trigger form, so just ignore it. Like, don't say like, oh, you need to avoid him like you did before. Just go all out and keep on pushing, and just try not to get hit, obviously. But just go for the aggression. Anything that will stun when he's normal will stun even when he's in this DT form, so go for it. Once you've stunned him around halfway, you get the opportunity to get a special grab if you're in Devil Trigger when you go to do it. So I'm going to wait for him to touch the ground again. And then I'm going to grab him and listen to what the music does. If you get that special grab where you slam him and his doppelganger together, you unlock the goddamn lyrics. Like, come on! That's so damn cool. Genuinely, once I got to this point and I managed to trigger that, I was like, oh shit, we're not dealing with, you know, a really high quality Devil May Cry. We're dealing with some of the highest quality shit we could possibly have ever imagined. So full on, just go all out. So overcommit to the section of just being cool. And putting everything else to the side and say, hey look, let's just make a finale that really fucking kicks ass to end the entire franchise on, basically. Even when he summons a doppelganger, you can shoot the crap out of it, or you can just devil bring it to it and yank it to you and slam it into the ground, which will instant kill it regardless of the difficulty. So that doppelganger isn't a threat. Literally, Virgil cannot rely on numbers to win this fight. This is what Nero calls him out on it. And I love the battle dialogue between the two of Nero basically saying, you will accept my existence, you will put up with me whether you like it or not. And Virgil just trying to basically get Nero to stand down entirely. He doesn't want Nero to be a part of this fight one way or another. He wants him to kind of stand down. Even if he's humouring him in this fight to begin with, he wants him to give up so he can go back to either fighting Dante or proving his point, whichever he feels like. And the fact that Nero just won't and keeps on wrecking him, even if in this fight I'm getting hit a lot, but that's also the consequence of trying to talk at the same time. Your concentration's going to be all over the place. And to be fair, I like to think I've done pretty alright, all in all, in keeping my concentration up whilst chatting. Oh, I was hoping to catch both of them. Alright, fine, we'll end it in a slam dunk. The most in-theme end for Nero, to just slam dunk his dad into the ground.
Interesting.
Oh, brother. You cut off your own son's arm for more power, and you still lost.
Enough, damn it! The underworld is taking over. We need to do something before it's too late.
He's right. We need to close that portal. Hey, you lost, so you better do what he says.
I can still fight. But if those roots continue to spread through town, it'll just interfere with our business.
Now, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard you say. Better hurry up. We still got a score to settle.
Evidently.
Wait! Where are you going?
We need to sever the Clifod roots from the underworld itself. Then we'll seal the portal with the Yamato.
Hang on. If you do that, you can't come back.
Why do you think I'm going? Somebody's got to keep an eye on your old man.
can't just expect me to stay here while you both go
It's
in.
because you're here we can go. We're trusting you with things on this side. Capiche?
Make haste, Dante.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, wait!
Take care, Nero. Adios.
I won't lose next time. Hold on to that until then.
Idiots.
Hooey! I'm still in freaking shock.
About what?
Duh. Your arm? Who the hell grows an arm back? It's just weird. It's like a lizard tail or something.
Look, I don't know, it just grew. I mean, are you kidding me? Lots of weird stuff happened. There were demons and scary plant roots, and arms growing back. Lots of stuff.
Do you know how much love and care I put in that devil breaker?
Nope. This arm, it's nice.
So, how's it feel?
How's what feel?
Saving the man who killed your own father. Heard Dante killed Virgil once.
It doesn't matter. They're both gone now anyway.
It's okay to cry. If you want, Nero, over a loss.
Not cry.
It doesn't make you a crybaby. Does make you a little bitch, though.
There it is. You think I'm a demon?
I didn't cry when my asshole daddy died. But... yeah, I know. I wouldn't be here without him, that's a biological fact.
Right.
All I'm saying is, tough guy, it's okay to cry if you want.
I'm
Devils
not
cry.
crying.
Devils cry.
I'm not gonna
Kittens
cry.
cry.
Will you
Meow.
shut up? Will you
Puppies
stop
cry.
it? Look at you. You're nobody.
Why don't you
Nobody's
cry on my
crying, all
shoulder?
right? Stop
Come
saying
on, cry on
cry.
my shoulder. I know you
You
wanna.
say cry again. Devil may cry.
You said it.
Hey, kitty. Yeah, I'm coming home. Oh yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but I got a surprise for you.
Oh yeah, he's got a huge surprise.
You shut up! No, kitty, not you. Nico, you know, and her big mouth. What the hell's your problem? Where'd you learn to drive? Hey, sorry, I gotta call you later. It's time to get back to work. Got an arm. You're good.
It's a prototype, and this is the perfect place to test it out. Look, you're gonna use it, and it's
It's a work of art. Gotcha.
And it ain't complete without you.
Well, how sweet. Feels good.
You'll get fixed as soon as we get back.
So, devil's cry, huh? Let's hear what that sounds like!
And that is not only the end of Devil May Cry 5, but likely the end of Devil May Cry as a series for a good long while. And I say that as knowing that it had been 11 years between DMC4 and DMC5, but I honestly don't know if we'll ever get another Devil May Cry. I know this game sold very well, but Capcom almost as soon as it came out moved the team elsewhere. Special Edition, the reason why a lot of people were worried about it and why Special Edition adds the least amount of content of any Special Edition in history for Devil May Cry, is because it wasn't the entirety of the team that worked on it. It was only a fraction, because most of the team has either nowadays been poached by other companies or were working on other things primarily. In Final Fantasy 16, to use as an example, is using the main Devil May Cry combat designer, because Square Enix poached him, they brought him. And so a lot of like the old team, so to speak, of Devil May Cry is either elsewhere or brought. And so the chance of Devil May Cry continuing past this is very unlikely. But unlike back when Devil May Cry 4 was going to be the end piece of Devil May Cry, I am perfectly okay with 5 being the final game, despite my criticisms of what I have for it. For what it means to the story of finally putting an end to the conflict between the Spardas, and you don't in a position where you don't necessarily need to know what comes next. You know that Nero continued the Devil May Cry business, you know that Dante and Virgil push on the tree and continue business as usual dealing with demons in the demon world. Like, you don't need to know the extra detail anymore. We've got everything we could have asked for. All mysteries resolved. This feels like a finale game. It feels like what it should have been to wrap up on. So it honestly doesn't bother me that this is the final piece.
Guess that's the end then.
So all we gotta do is cut this thing down.
That's right. I'm more than capable of handling this on my own.
You're gonna need some help. And someone to keep an eye on you.
And I love the fact they uphold tradition twice in one game of having you fight in the credits. But instead of it being like in DMC 3 where it's just Dante on the street, or DMC 4 where it's just Nero around the town square, in DMC 5 it's like, no, come on, both Nero and Dante should get one, so let's just have it where you do one for half of it, you break it up with a cutscene and then do the other character for the other half. Unfortunately you don't get to play as V in the credits, like V doesn't get his own section, but at the same time it wouldn't make sense to, and I don't think they would have like really wanted to, because like, as I've said before, it really did feel like, for the most part, in terms of mechanics anyway, V wasn't the focus. Like, he wasn't as big a focus. As much as I liked the experiment and I liked what they tried, it never felt like V was the primary focus, and the main evidence of this is the fact that he only has 4 main missions. One of them's a boss rush. A boss rush that ends in like 6 minutes. But Devil May Cry 5 as a whole, before I end up getting emotional, which I know I will when I start talking about the franchise at large, but Devil May Cry 5 as a whole, although I have my criticisms towards the level design feeling kind of samey, especially aesthetically, once you enter the Clifoth, it's kind of the only thing you see for the rest of the game. And as much as I have the problem with the fact that the only real pace breaker between combat is just running to the next combat for most of the game, with only like one minor puzzle in Mission 11, and one linear puzzle progression in Mission 12, and that's it. Like, you don't really have any dedicated puzzle sections or platforming sections or anything really of the like throughout the whole game. It's just kind of, you just kind of go from one fight to the next for a lot of it. But it is exactly what I hoped it would be with everything else. It was Devil May Cry combat uncompromised, without, although it missed some of the minor mechanics that made DMC4 so spectacular. It took the risk of getting it wrong and do new things. It brought the story full circle and answered questions and leftover topics from all the way back in DMC 1. It did so goddamn much to not only be a grandiose and fantastic finale of the series, but also just be a kick-ass game all in its own right, whilst constantly filling it with little secrets and little nods to the past to make it more of a love letter to the series as it went. fighting Cerberus, fighting Gurion again, having a boss rush again, fighting fucking Virgil twice. Like, so much of it has so many little nods, even to little things like in the prologue, when Dante gets his sword busted and the camera zooms in onto his eye and you see yours in the reflection. It's a reference to DMC3 where Virgil does the same thing. There's so much about this game that's like, yeah, we know we've been gone for a decade, but we're fucking back, baby, and we're gonna do everything. They even referenced the anime, for Pete's sake, by not only having Morrison in it, but having Patty on the phone call at the start of Mission 9. They went so extra and more than they had any reason to need to, and I love the fact that they did that. This game is everything I could have hoped it could be, even with the minor criticisms I have. And the fact is that, just like back when DMC4 first came out, DMC5 came out completely uncompromised graphically. We've been told this bullshit for years, that if you want high quality technical action games, something has to go. You have to give up the mechanics and make it samey and spammy as fuck like the reboot God of War, or you have to tone down the graphics to make it look a bit dated like Nier Automata. Whilst Devil May Cry kicked in the door and went, fuck that, we're going to give you an extremely high quality, beautiful ass looking game that runs at smooth 60 on old consoles, and is going to look better than the competition. And it did it in style without any compromise other than, longer loading. It kicked that entire argument down in a heartbeat after putting up with so goddamn long of, oh, if you want it to look good, it has to half the frame rate. Oh, if you want it to be this way, you gotta give up something. And then Devil May Cry just went, no, screw that. You can make something absolutely quality. If you have to give in anything, give in more time. Just make it and you can make it work. But this is not only the end of the Devil May Cry franchise in terms of the games, but it's also the last one I'll be properly covering from start to finish. I know I've said before at some point I'll go back and do DMC4 and do its main campaign, and we've still got Virgil's campaign to do it here. But in terms of doing a main story, in terms of doing a main journey of a Devil May Cry game, this is the end of the road, and that I can't explain how significant that is to me when it was what started this channel. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition was the very first Let's Play I did over 5 years ago now, and the fact that we're at the end of the Devil May Cry legacy and there isn't anything else at all, because I'm not covering the reboot, nor do I have any interest to, it is something that's kind of a tough pill to swallow, because it's like, well, we're here. Like I said, I know we're not completely done because we've still got the 2 reruns, but still, we're here. We're at this endpoint. We're at this grand finale of Devil May Cry, and there's another step of the journey. It's not the last we'll see of Dante on this channel, because Nocturne is coming at some point this year. When it releases on the 15th of May, I will be attempting to Let's Play it, but that game, I know I said it in Final Fantasy 12 and it ended up not, but trust me when I say this, Nocturne will be the longest project on this channel, because that game is gargantuan, and I'd want to cover everything. The only thing I probably won't cover is the alternate endings. I'll probably only go for True Demon ending, because it's the ending I prefer anyway, and it's the one that requires the most work. So I'll be showing so much more anyway through it. But that being said, the same as always, I guess, thank you so much for sticking around and watching me continue to love video games and play these sort of things. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do next, but I think it's about time I started catching up on a few ideas, so I'm going to be working on that alongside whatever I do next. But until then, you guys take care, and peace.
Wow, no sign of him. Nothing.
Yeah.
Then can I have this office? Because I've been thinking it's almost time for me to settle down somewhere.
No, I don't think so. I rather quite like it.
Oh, I hate to spoil your dreams, ladies, but that shit ain't gonna happen.
What do you mean, Morrison?
See, there's this deed to this place, and I have it.
Why do you?
Clever little devil came to see me right before his last job. Said something like, "My dearest friend, I know you'll keep this safe because them crazy bitches..." Did I say crazy bitches? I'm sorry, I meant ladies. Anyway, the rest of the story is not important. You get the gist.
I wonder if he even plans on coming back.
Got me.
What is important is I have a job for you two. Cause the rent ain't free.
Score for Dante. I'm up one.
When did you learn to count? We're even.
You know, I'm starting to think this is never gonna end.
Maybe. We got plenty of time.
Don't you dare say it! Jackpot!